Hey there, YouTube. It's Sheer and I again. Just hello to everyone. Thanks for taking a look at yet another review. I know there's a lot of these today. Makes both of us. But so we've looked at Uncharted 2, and we've looked at Heavy Rain, right? Well, last but certainly not least, we have Little Big Planet. And just as I said with the other two videos, one of my favorite games ever. That may sound like it's getting repetitive, but I have about 85 titles standalone purchased for the PlayStation 3 right now, and these three titles I deliberately chose as the first three games I would review because they're three of my favorite games, and I'd say the last 5 years at least. Little Big Planet, I don't even know if I'm going to mess up once on this. Why? Little Big Planet is the single most amazing game I've ever played in my entire life. It has flaws just like any other game. The only error that I can think of is there is an issue with jumping. When you jump between specific layers, sometimes your jumping isn't timed properly. But the sheer amount of things that this game allows you to do, to unleash your creativity, to just create worlds within worlds, is just absolutely outstanding. This is the game, working in the retail industry, that I sell PS3s based off of. Maybe a 2-minute interactive demo inside the Best Buy I work at, and I sell people a PS3 with this. Why? Well, you have 30 to 50 levels, online and offline, cooperative and competitive gameplay. I say 30 to 50 because some people count the mini games as levels and some people don't. In addition, it's one of the few games for the PlayStation 3 that really uses the 6-axis capabilities in a much more natural way. You move your controller around, Sackboy moves his head around. You can move his hands around and everything like that. You can customize the levels as you're playing them. You collect tons and tons of stickers. In most games with collectibles, you know, Mario has his 100 coins to collect to get an extra life, or a star to find a secret area, or to unlock a secret area. In Little Big Planet, you have two different types of collectibles. You have little tiny bubbles with a little colored circle in them, and they're simply points. And then you have little bubbles that are a little bigger, where if you've already gone through the level, they'll just have a bigger colored bubble in there. But if you haven't, then you actually get a collectible that you get to keep. That's right. Any collectibles in the game you keep, they're yours. There are thousands, possibly more, collectibles available in the game. Not only can you play all the levels that are already in the game designed to begin with. You start out in the gardens, and you end up in the collector's levels. You go through different environments, different kinds of worlds, themed off of different geographical locations. Like Mexico is like a mining area. Africa is like has alligators and you know antelopes. I'm not antelopes. Wildebeest. It almost looks like something out of The Lion King. It's got a very African feel to it, which is it's really cool. All of the areas are very distinctly different from each other. And I just really enjoy it a lot. And again, that's only what's included in the game to begin with. Anytime you go online with this game, when you log in, if you look on the top, on the left corner, as soon as you log in, it shows you how many levels have been designed by others. That's right, you can create your own levels. I'll get to that in just a moment. But literally, last time I checked, about a week ago, 2 million, that's 2 million, 800,000 some odd levels have been created in the world. Now I'm sure a good 10% of those have probably been banned or removed because they're improper conduct. They're trying to, you know, make nude figures or whatever the game isn't supposed to have in it. But there are over 2 million playable levels on the network. That's insane. Here's another little fun fact. Less than 6 months ago, it was just a little over 1 million. So the community is just booming more and more. The collectibles you collect through the game vary. You have stickers, you have decorations, you have accessories you can put on your character, you have different materials your character's made out of, different eyes. I mean, I could go on forever for this. But there's other collectibles that you collect, which really make up the bulk of the collectibles, that you can use to create your own levels. Be there different materials, pulleys, levers, switches. All of the different materials have their own little effects. They've released some expansion packs. This game actually came out a good 2 years ago, And rather than go on greatest hits right away, they made a Game of the Year edition and re-released it at the full price, where they included the Metal Gear Solid levels where you can add like a little paintball kind of environment, and all this other kind of stuff, different kinds of costumes and a monster level. I mean, everything that you can do in this game is just mind-boggling. By far, it's my favorite game right now, flat out. There are games that look better. There are games that, have more of a cinematic aspect of them, but that's not what this game is about. This game is about having fun with your friends, unleashing your own creativity, and just literally endless replayability. This game actually has more replayability than any MMO on the market. MMOs that you have to pay a monthly fee to pay, because this game is constantly updated all the time with new content, whether it's from Media Molecule themselves, or you, or the community. It is kind of difficult to create a level. I've tried a few times. I haven't actually created one just yet. I definitely want to delve into it eventually at one point and really create some cool stuff. But I've played lots of amazing levels. People have actually gone so far as to break what you're supposed to be able to do in the game. They've created certain elements and aspects that allow them to do things in the game that the game is not originally designed to do. To give you an example, for the most part, you can create platforming levels. But there's people on there that have actually gone so far as to create different settings and switches and levers where they can make like a little Space Invaders kind of game. Now, Little Big Planet 2 is actually already announced, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, with no guilt whatsoever, with no hesitation, that Little Big Planet 2 is going to be my favorite game ever. Because you can already create your own levels in Little Big Planet 1. In Little Big Planet 2, you're going to be able to create your own worlds. That's right, worlds. Your own environments, your own situations, one level to another, one after the other. You can also create your own little cutscenes. You can create your own little AI robots. Apparently, all the levels that are already created will not only still work, but they'll all be updated. So it's possible like a spongy surface might actually have like an animation of you walking on sponges. Some of the premium costumes you bought may have some kind of cool visual effect. The sheer amount of things you can do in this game, be in this game, the community that I've gotten involved with, every single day that I'm on there, I'm just stunned more and more with what I see. There really is no ceiling to this game, and now they're creating another one before this one's even reached its peak, which is just awesome. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be coming out in late November, just in time for the Black Friday, but if you, for some reason, have not picked up Little Big Planet yet, you need to. I mean, I don't care what kind of games you like. Give this a shot at least. If you don't want to buy it, download the demo on the PlayStation Network. That's what's awesome about PlayStation. They allow you to download demos of the vast majority of their major games. To give you an idea of how invested PlayStation is in the Little Big Planet franchise, you're never going to play it on another system, ever, except maybe the PlayStation Portable, which they also own. They bought the rights. I don't know the exact contract specifics, so I won't say them, but they bought the rights to Little Big Planet for an undisclosed amount of time. That means Nintendo and Microsoft and Apple and all those other guys are never going to have Sackboy. Sackboy's adventures will stay with PlayStation. They'll pretty much keep renewing the contract, I'm pretty sure. But in Little Big Planet 2, you'll be able to create more than just platforming levels. You'll be able to create any kind of game you want. The possibilities are already pretty much endless, and in the sequel, they literally will be endless. Get Little Big Planet 2, period. There's no other game on the face of the earth I'd recommend to literally everyone I encounter more than this. And about 95% of people that I've recommended this game to have recommended it to others. It's that good of a game. It takes a little bit of getting used to, the different jumps and timing, but this game is phenomenal. One of the best games I've ever played in my life. Little Big Planet 2, I'm sure, is going to be even better. But you've got to play this. If you consider yourself a gamer, you have to experience this title. You just have to, period. Again, so we reviewed Little Big Planet, Uncharted 2, and Heavy Rain. And those are the 3 games I chose to review today. I have tons of games, and I'll be reviewing tons of them, but these were the ones I wanted to focus on the most. Again, thank you for taking a look at this. I appreciate it. And vote for me at The Tester, http://thetester.com/SheerandI if you wish. Thank you, and enjoy.